Alright, we are taking it easy this Friday, playing a bunch of easy decks. Easy, or Ezreal, a champion that was recently changed in a balance patch. Now a little bit more of a mid-range champion. It's not as hard to level up, but requires you to actually target enemies to get the full damage from his effect now. So there's been a kind of resurgence in his play, and there's a variety of decks utilizing him, and we're going to try a bunch today. So the first one, we're playing this Draven Ezreal mid-range deck. Draven's one of my favorite champions in this game, so seeing that there's a kind of a somewhat competitive meta deck that includes him alongside Ezreal got me interested, something I wanted to try. I took a list from Mobalytics and I modified it a little bit, just made it... I felt the original list, granted, having not played any games with it, seemed like it would be a little too clunky. So just kind of lowered its curve overall, changed like a few cards around that I'm interested in trying out. The main difference being I added some jury rigs in order to fuel the Rummage, Zonite Urchin, and Sump Dredgers. Even with this in mind, which might not be quite enough targets for their discard effects. I get that you're not necessarily always need to discard for straight value with effects like this, but I kind of wanted to do this for a number of other reasons as well. For one, these are burst speed 1/1 blockers. Burst speed 1/1 blockers against like aggro decks and mid-range, especially when they can turn on cards like Ravenous Flock, Scorched Earth, or Noxian Guillotine by dealing that 1 damage can be very great. I also put a couple of Arachnoid Sentries in the deck as well. I thought if we were going to have, more threats, that we'd want to go in this direction more. Arachnoid Sentry not only, again, does it affect, can slow down our opponent, also turns on our Ravenous Flock, and it also targets units, so it actually works towards Ezreal's level up condition. Other than that, the list I think is very close to what you can find on Mobalytics. The one thing I'm interested in seeing is how good these Zonite Urchins are on one. It could be that we actually want a couple of, or some mix of Zonite Urchins and Draven's biggest fan in the deck, just because Draven's spinning axes are very important to give us something to discard to the other, discard effects in the game. And so having a way to guarantee, having increased chances to get him in your hand and play him down on 3, I think is good. I don't know that I'd want 3 Draven's biggest fan, but I also don't think I'd necessarily want 3 Zonite Urchin, but just for the sake of consistency, we're going to go with this at 3, but we're going to think about every time we wish one of these cards had rather been a Draven's biggest fan. It could honestly be right just like throw away one of these and just one Draven's biggest fan. Just like 4 virtual copies of Draven, considering his axes are very important for fueling some of our effects. Could be reasonable, but that's just something I'm thinking about. I wanted to mention, just for my own kind of cards that I thought could fit in this, or that I wanted to try in this deck compared to the original list that I found. But we'll go with this for now and see how we do. And yeah. TF Jinx, okay, cool. Probably want a Thermo Beam. Just have something that can answer either of those cards. Ezreal's nice. Backup Ezreal, probably
Don't
okay.
worry, I've read all about this. Let's test my theorem.
No turn 1 play means we bank a spell mana. We don't mind banking more.
Putting study into practice.
I'm just gonna skip. Throw down the Ezreal. Could easily see like a get excited from them, but we have a backup Ezreal, so that's fine. what would we like to play this round, do we think? Definitely gonna Mystic Shot this, which means we have 5 mana left. I think I wouldn't mind playing this House Spider then, before attacks. No, if I do that, I think he could play Twisted Fate, red card me, get me down to low enough so that this won't connect.
If you could back it up.
I think we'll start with this.
Gotcha.
We'll play this post-combat. Now a Jinx a Jinx dies to this Thermal Beam, a Twisted Fate dies to one of these Mystic Shots. As we wish, or as we see fit.
Deal me in. I'm always up for a round or two.
Charge!
We'll just pass here. If he has a way to finish off this Ezreal, we'll just play out another one. Now I think I'm up for playing this post-combat, or pre-combat rather.
Never lost a fair game.
Yep.
Or played one.
So we'll just say okay to this.
Don't blink or you'll miss me.
Anything helps.
One shot, all skill. Can't stop me. Firing.
Rules are made to be broken, like buildings or people.
It's kind of awkward. I think I need to try to kill her before to minimize his chances of being able to level her.
No, it's not.
He's able to do anyway, unfortunately, but at least he won't get a rocket this round, and hopefully this card off the top doesn't finish off Ezreal. It seems that like our opponent shuffled a bunch of TF in his deck, so it could be another TF. Which would be pretty bad because we don't have much going on right now. We're looking for more of our threats, which we're not getting, unfortunately. This is kind of what my fear was with this. The original list that I saw was very... Well, it wasn't threat light, but it was a little bit on the
Oh, take your
expensive
time,
side.
pal. It's not like I've got better things to do.
This Noxian Guillotine might be too cute. Could probably just be another spider, perhaps. Not sure if our opponent's having connection problems or they're really deciding whether or not they want to attack. I think I'll play down the Draven, sure.
Deal me in.
Oh, opponent, you're so annoying.
No way.
Let's do this.
block seemed odd. Do I want to just thermo beam that? Feel like I do. Might be a bit premature. I just end the round for now. Another Draven is nice.
All or nothing.
Got an axe with your name on it.
This might be wrong, because we're giving up a Draven, like if he has a Mystic shot, but... Well, that's another Twisted Fate. That's unfortunate, because we're going to get gold carded now.
Never lost a fair game. Hold it, partner.
You suck.
Yeah, maybe the round that I attacked with, or didn't attack with the whatchamacallit was wrong. Or I didn't open attacks with the Ezreal was wrong. We also haven't seen any of our card advantage this game,
Rules are made to be broken.
which feels really bad.
Our people. Got me.
Haven't seen any urchins, any rummage,
Keep up.
anything to take advantage of these. I'm not having fun with that game anymore, so let's just move on. Don't really have anything going for us. Wow, that was a lot of non-combat damage. Maybe we want to keep one of those for a future Leona. Or the game decides that we need two. It's fine. Probably supposed to open on attacks here in case he has the Sun Guard unit. Because he might have been saving it for defense. Plus this way, if he plays something I really want to Thermo Beam, I have that option, rather than playing out an Ezreal, getting fogged and then not getting to do anything.
Sunlight guide you, my brethren.
The party has arrived.
Alright. If they Leona, we'll definitely try to Thermo Beam it. They could have things to
dawn
stop
has
that.
arrived.
But
With its light, the
Behold
solar
the
will
sun's
unite
holy
the
light.
heavens.
they could have, for example, Pale Cascade, but then they only have one hit point left. So fine. Could finish them off with a variety of things, including just attacking them. Or attacking into their Leona, potentially.
Believe or burn.
I'm fine with this block. We get in more damage, we could. With this Captain Pharaon in hand, getting their life total as low as possible is going to be worth it, of course. This might even go upstairs to ensure that we can get them. Okay, well they didn't have the protection for the Leona last time, so we're going to try to do this. They might have been saving it for this card, because it's a very important card for them. Okay, this might be a turn where we just go wide. It depends on what they do. Still don't know what they necessarily created off of this, of course. Now we do. So with that in mind, what do we want to do? Let me start with this. Let's see what we draw. Okay.
Descend upon them.
I think we want to kill this and open on attacks next turn. Would like to avoid them gaining life with that.
Don't leave.
Another thermal beam.
Coming right up.
I bow to no one.
How much do we care about that? I don't think I do. We're gonna get another spinning axe to discard to the rummage. We can finish it off with guillotine or something else potentially. Very invoky.
Calm mind and open heart greet the night.
Static shock is kind of interesting. Where's Ez at? He's at 4 out of 6, so yeah, I think I just do this. It's the one damage going here is kind of a waste, but it does level up Ezreal, so that's something. Second Ez is nice.
Sunlight blinds while moonlight reveals.
We'll see what they do. We're probably playing the Pharaon this
The
turn.
dawn has arrived.
And so has it.
Behold the divine power of the sun! Glorious light rains down.
How many times have they invoked? Could they potentially have something for this Pharaon? Fairly certain that the sisters were what they got off of their priestess. The question is, did they get something off of that cost 6? Like, did they get Falling Comet, for example? So that would be very unfortunate. Maybe because of that, I'm actually just supposed to play Ez. That Pharaon's like not being useful. Like, Ez is good post-combat because I can play a bunch of stuff. Plus he's create the axes, so I think the Pharaon is definitely correct. If they do have Falling Comet, it uses up the rest of their turn. We go wide on their turn, dealing at least 1, and then like these decimates plus Ezreal should finish him off. If not that turn, then the following turn. They could also have Vengeance for when we open on attacks next turn. They could kill the Pharaon that way.
Descend upon them.
That's a free attack, so it definitely is fine to do that. Alright, we'll see.
May you find what you seek.
Pharaon's basically the only good attack, so I think that's all we'll do here. This marks damage on something. He probably blocks with the puck, though. Let's do this.
Defiance is our way.
let's see what they got.
I'm so good, I surprised myself. I thought you'd never ask.
I think we want to use Guillotine here. I guess I could use it at quick speed.
No way! The world's a big place. Let's see all of it.
Chosen of the moon.
An admirable leader.
Okay.
I knew we had it all along.
So we would have stunned their Diana there and still had enough resources to kill the damaged elusive unit, Silver Cistern. Tempted to keep a static shock, but I think that's wrong. We're dumping all of these and keeping a thermo beam. Wow. Can I get my first hand back, please? Yikes.
Bring me tea to gain the strength of rivers. I'll show you how it's done. Nicely fun.
The winter's claw strikes.
Wow, man. What a rough hand. Should have nothing to do with our resources. I guess we have this now at least, but...
Is a leaf's only purpose to fall? Some things never dull.
Guess we'll try to thermo beam that because even through a troll chant it kills him. Yeah, but he could have something like that. What do we think? Are they an avalanche deck? Seems kind of suspect considering they're champions of what we've seen from them so far. That's too bad.
My kind of lessons.
Fight or die.
I see every move.
If we lose this game, I blame these Pharaons. So do we Mystic Shot that, or do we have to save it for, like, in combination with Scorched Earth if they have another Yasuo? Yeah, dude, let's just kill it now. On our next attack step, we can play Captain Pharaon and hope that that's enough to, like, punch through.
I go where the road takes me. One blade, one purpose.
Problem is, he probably has infinite stun effects to stop this. We're probably playing another Pharaon this turn. Or maybe we're saving it for next turn, I don't know.
Feet were made for roaming and kicking.
That's
Set 'em up.
so annoying.
We'll knock 'em down.
I've got 3 warnings for you.
We're too behind on board at this point. Like I said, I blame the Pharaons. Where was that Draven and those spiders earlier? We could have at least been applying pressure that whole time. Then maybe we would have gotten them low enough for those decimates to matter. I think we want pretty much all of this, actually, for this. We have a lot of X1s that can die to this. Or we can mark damage on something we want to finish off with Mystic Shot or Ravenous Flock. Probably supposed to look for some troops, though, huh? Static Shock. Yeah, maybe it's too expensive for the opening hand. Even Thermo Beam is kind of iffy. Just throw this all back. Look for actual threats.
Nothing like the stink of blood and sweat.
Sure.
Didn't know the bosses sent for ye.
Don't know much, do you?
Yeah, I think we gotta keep our life total somewhat high.
This'll send them running.
Rid of one of these, I guess. Probably gonna see go hard. That was a bit
Clear off.
that was a bit hasty of me. Definitely should have tried to hook this. Oh well.
Be nothing left when I'm done.
You know what? I don't want that to get them to get value off of that, so let's just swap it. already have a ton of cards in hand, so I don't think I'm supposed to... I guess we lose the axe this way too, though. Yeah, it is what it is. Haven't seen any go-hards from them yet. Doesn't mean they don't have them in hand. They could be saving them for a specific moment.
We playing bilge rules, son?
The sun rock got me good.
Packed 'em good.
This gets a... If I do that, I get annihilated by a Twisted Fate. Just pass, I guess. I don't know if I'm supposed to aggressively use a Mystic Shot on that. Backup Draven, I guess, is nice.
This'll send them running.
That didn't do nothing.
This is gonna hurt for you.
Backup Draven means I think I'm taking this block.
Set 'em off.
So he could Twisted Fate gold card and kill the Draven. If I go wide with the spiders, he'll red card. Most likely, rather than risk gold carding. Or, I don't know. He could gold card it for fear of this getting hit. But maybe I try to do that. I have a whole lot of unspent mana. I think I'm just gonna pass for now, see what he does actually. It's kind of bad, like we're burning 6 mana, just not using it, but... Okay. Oh man, we had problems with the server. The server was having problems last night as well. Looks like it has going to continue this morning. Really unfortunate.
Out. Time for the main event.
Okay, now we'll rummage these 2 of these away and possibly play a spider.
I'm always up for a round or two. Dead in their tracks.
Actually, we'll do this to start. We'll do this by way of passing to them and see if they have another go hard, because if they do, then I'm just going to play another Draven. They're at 2 of 3.
The party has arrived.
Now we have an axe for the Sump Dredger, which is nice. Okay. Unfortunately, we haven't done much damage to them up until now, so I don't know how good he's gonna be.
Bounty Board knows me name. Say your farewells.
See if our opponent's luckier than us when we play this deck. Maybe he's gonna get another go hard here. I don't think the spider's very valuable at this point. That's kind of nice, I guess. Deal with those blockers. Although we want to play the Pharaon next turn. It depends, because I know their deck runs Vengeance. We saw a Crumble out of them, which they discarded. Even if they have pack your bags in hand, I think I'm still supposed to lay down the Pharaon here. I don't want to risk them passing and us having nothing. Yep. We were going to lose those units anyway. Now we just gotta hope their deck's not also running Withering Grasp. So we can at least get in for 8 damage.
Time to get rich.
No need to attack block there, I don't think.
Bring their backs. What's that you got there?
Yep, of course, of course. Actually do this. What is happening with this game lately? So, we're dead? Wow, the top of their deck has been hot. There's an Ezreal.
Splinter. Water is mine and mine alone.
Don't blink or you'll miss me.
Oh wait. We can survive this, right?
I'm so good I surprised myself. One shot, all skill. Can't stop me.
Nice. We got there. That was a close one. Holy smoke.
I knew we had it all along.
Ezreal way more confident than I was in that for that one. What are we up to here? Apparently we're not playing, okay. Kench, Ash Sejuani, so Frostbite, control. Kind of like these in hand, but I want to apply pressure as well. We'll keep the Thermo Beam, I think, for their key threats. Let's just try to stuff on the board instead. Or to start.
A chill in the air.
Might be a bit much. I think I'm supposed to try to get him out of the way. With the Static Shock in hand, and the fact that they have big things that I'd rather kill, I think that's wrong. Never mind, let's just pass here. We'll do this then.
Where there's a will, there's a meal. Closer, friend.
Seven. I think we're pretty much always hitting the Kench here. Yeah, I think we should just try. Probably gonna use a Rummage to discard like these two. I don't think we need that much in the hand. Sure, probably gonna try to look for a Mystic Shot for that. Static Shock's not bad, though. Actually, just gonna pass. We might start with Static Shock on our next turn. Do this. They play a blocker, we'll stun it. Depends on what they play, though.
winter take you!
I have the best job.
Where's their Ash at? 3 out of 5? Mm-hmm.
There's blood in the water.
So do we think they have a... I'll just do this then. Their build is interesting. I like their, I like it though. I like the units that put vulnerable on the other units. Actually, I think I'll keep that around.
The hunt is on.
Actually,
Draven down.
I wanted to let that resolve, but after I didn't want to do this during combat because I didn't want him to feel like he should be using a frostbite effect. Now our Ezreal's leveled up, which is feels good. We'll probably just lay down another Draven and open attacks if it makes sense to. Depends on what our opponent does, though.
The party has arrived.
Sure. So you're probably gonna see a frostbite effect of his in hand. This Captain Farron's a little awkward with how full our hand is. It's a lot of cheap effects though, so.
Time for the moneymakers.
This is probably worth it, honestly. And if he has a brittle steel, no biggie.
Beautiful face.
So what do we think? Are we playing Farron and then attacking, or are we just opening on attack? Maybe this will help us make a decision.
Fear beyond. Here comes the dust.
Violorino.
An auspicious season. Fly away while you can.
Yeah, the confidence he had in playing that out made me think for sure he had harsh winds, but... His hand is definitely awkward. I don't think I care about that friend. Am I shooting him in the face? No. Are we thermo beaming, or do we want a mystic shot plus something else? I'm pretty sure we're trying to thermo beam here. If the thermo beam fails, however, because they have like protection, we do just lose the game. So it could be right to mystic shot, because I'm pretty sure even if this is a pump spell, like a troll chant. Anyway, we're still not dead, right? They're only doing 11 damage. No, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I'm pretty sure we're supposed to play it safe here and make sure that the Ash dies if they open attacks.
Anything helps. The sun rock got me good.
Check me out! Don't blink or you'll miss me.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that card. Well, that was stupid of me. I definitely should have opened attacks.
Blessed by snow and stars.
Oh wait, Ez can still attack though.
Can't stop me.
These are great with leveled Ez because you can actually play them for 0 cost, targeting something, and he'll still do the 2 damage.
Ezreal is victorious! Oh, yeah!
Look at that, I think we maxed out all of our regions. Ooh, epic wild card. Yep. We'll play 1 or 2 more with this one. Move on to the next. Although we need to do something. Okay, I'm assuming they're playing Entreat Vibe. 1 champion in Freljord, good chance they're playing Entreat. Yeah, I think I like most of this. I'll dump that, I think. That's a pretty annoying keyword. So they're like, I got a Poro sub-theme, I guess?
Oh, fluff everywhere.
Fluff everywhere.
God axes need victims.
Will I find you some friends?
So he's got 2 1-cost Poros in hand. We know that much. I could see going Spider, kill this Poro with the Ravenous Flock, but we might want to save that for bigger threats. Okay, so they do, yeah, they have a Poro sub-theme then. Well, they're not swinging this round, right? Because the Poro snacks are cost stuff. I think we play Ez then.
Time for a true display of skill.
Where'd they go off to?
Hey, buddy, what you doing? Stop bragging if you could back it up.
Even if he goes double Poro snacks here, we can, like, we don't mind. Spinning axes let us get through this. We even have a jury rig to discard one of them.
Firing!
Poor little lonely Poro. I think I like this. This might be wrong. I might need to save this for a Vi, because that combined with Scorched Earth kills her. I feel like I'm all in on this. Killing of Poros thing. Because our next attack we can play fair on, which is nice. We're hoping to see some rummage off the top in our deck to gas back up, turn these spinning axes into actual cards.
Oh, take your time, pal. It's not like I've got better things to do.
I should have done it here, actually. Maybe? No, because we could block something and then the Scorched Earth finishes off the Poro if we really need to. Perfect. Feeling okay about our hand. Okay, I'm assuming that's gonna hit the Ezreal. But if he wants to just burn our mana and leave our Ez alive, I think I'm fine with that. Beep, 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 beep. Could trade there. Wait. Yeah, so he needed to do this. If he wanted Ez to die from this trigger, he needed to do that proactively, but he didn't. So now I get my I get to keep my Ezreal.
I'm doing this my way.
For sure attacking with these two. I don't think we want to attack with anything else. We'll lose too much. I want to be sure that I'm blocking. We might use this Mystic Shot on Vi just to damage her like we talked about earlier, and then oh yeah, he has an elusive portal. Why did I make this attack? That's fine. He's probably gonna block here with the Cuff. Just so he takes one less damage? I guess not. Actually need to mark damage on the Vi. Just so he can't possibly kill my Captain Pharaon. Just so that she can't possibly kill my Captain Pharaon and I get another attack with him. I think that's what we're supposed to do. Raise all allies' power and health to the highest power and health among allies. And then grant all allies keywords. Okay. Let's do this a different way. So not as bad as it could have been. Going down to 3. 10 mana next turn anyway, so I don't think it's worth banking any. We just want to go wide with this. Hope this is good enough. Hope that this plus this is good enough. That actually isn't enough damage. Although this static shock does finish him. So the question is, does he have healing? Like, what else is in the deck? Okay, that might be enough. I think we actually have to discard a Decimate. Just so Captain Pharaon deals one more damage. Because if he does, then we can double Decimate this turn and then Static Shock finishes him. Because otherwise they're almost certainly opening on attacks, and we're not going to get to use one of these Decimates. So I think this is the play to win line.
Draven out?
We're definitely in trouble if they have healing in their deck, though.
Now, where did that one run off to? Would you believe he once fit in my hand?
Sweet. I think that's as good a place as any to end this. In this run. What would I have to say about this? I don't know. I definitely felt like some of our spells definitely felt awkward that game, and maybe it's because of the way I was using them, but like we definitely felt sometimes this many thermo beams and ravenous flock felt kind of awkward, but of course we have plenty of effects to discard them when they do, to things like Rummage, Zonet Urchin, and Sump Dredger, so them clunking up our hand maybe isn't so bad some of the time. Not sure about this Noxian Guillotine. Obviously can be very effective during like more grindy games when you got a lot of, enemy units with damage marked on them after like chump blocking a bunch with things like House Spider, Jury Rig, maybe shooting them with some free Mystic shots from Ezreal here. But just for like overall consistency, just have more threats and have more board presence, I could see scrapping this potentially and putting in another Arachnoid Sentry like we talked about at the start of the session. Could see at least one Zonite Urchin being better as a Draven's biggest fan, just to more consistently have that on 3. Because other than Ezreal, depending on the matchup, like Ezreal can be our best turn 3 play, especially if we banked some spell mana from the previous turns. But if we haven't done that, we pretty much always want to see Draven. So with that in mind, I think that could be a reasonable change. Don't think I'd want all 3 Draven's biggest fans, because they can get awkward when you already have a Draven in hand. And you still want to play your turn 1, 1-2 to start pressuring the opponent in like control, in control matchups, or not, like when you're against a control player. And also at the same time, sometimes you want to play one out and then not get a Draven off the top of your deck because you want to play to an out like a burn spell or an Ezreal to win the game, But above all, I think the Rummage effect from the Sonite Urchin is important as well, so something to think about. But yeah, overall this deck was pretty fun. Like I said, Draven's one of my favorite champions, and I always look forward to finding new ways to play with him. So, all right.